Hey everyone. Um, Thanks for joining me. This is really pretty cool. So this is going to be really easy, nice gentle practice. Um, and I'm not using any props, but if you have anything with you, like if you do want to use a block or a strap, um, let you can do that on your own. So like if I'm doing something with bridge pose and you want to do a supported bridge with a block, go for it. Um, that kind of thing. So I think we'll go ahead and get started. And we're going to start on our back. So I'm going to get myself set up here and go ahead, lay back on your back. I'm not using any music. Um, so if you want a little music in your background, put on some music. That's cool. I just thought there was only so much I could handle. This was enough for me. So hopefully you'll be able to see everything. Um, and we'll get ourselves started. Okay, so here we go. Let me take my glasses off. All right, so you're gonna start out on your back. All right, and it doesn't matter if you have your legs extended or your feet on the mat. You're just gonna do whatever feels comfortable to you. Doesn't matter where your arms are, where your hands are resting. Just something that just feels releasing and comfortable for your. So you can just tune into your breath. So I'm just gonna sit up while I talk. So just lay back on your back and tune into your breath and breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And as you're settling into your rhythm, just feel it, listen to it. Listen to the rhythm. So are you breathing the nice, gentle rhythm? Are you feeling a little like the breath is not flowing as smoothly as it should? And let that be your guide, right? So we want the breath to flow really smoothly. So if you feel just like it's just a little kind of short or it feels a little shallow, seeing if you can get that breath to move deep into the belly. So you feel your belly expand, and then you'll feel your ribs expand, you feel your lungs expand. As you're exhaling, let that release take you into the mat. Let the body just kind of drop where it is, right into your mat. And we want to let go of any and all feelings of competition or judgments, expectations. So when we listen to our bodies, we can honor the body at all times and be present, which is the most important thing, is being present. And then we'll start to do some breathing exercise. So we're just going to do uh, 3-part breath. And so if anyone's just joined us, you're just starting on your back, relaxing into the mat. And 3-part breath is a great way to really feel that full expansion of your breathing. And we take it in three small inhales. They start at the base of the belly, they'll go into your ribs, they go into the chest, and it's a long exhalation. So to get yourself started, it's really good to take a big inhale through your nose, and you'll exhale it out your mouth. Just let it go. When you start your next inhale, take a little inhale into your belly. Then inhale into your ribs and your diaphragm. Inhale up into the upper chest. And then exhale it all out. As long as it takes you, just nice, easy exhalation. And then you'll repeat that again. Inhale, 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 exhale. Just keep doing that. We'll do about 4 more of these. Just everybody's probably at a different pace. Okay, just another couple breaths. Stay present with yourself. It's always a little different when you're doing something at home and not in a classroom, following with everybody. You got to rely on yourself. And we'll do one more. Wherever you're at, just take one more of your 3-part breath. When you take that last lingering exhalation, you're going to let your breath return to normal. And as it returns to normal, you don't want to change anything or put any judgment on it. But when it returns to normal, just notice how you're breathing. You might feel that it feels more expansion in your breath now than it did when you started. You might feel just a little bit more relaxed. You also might feel a little bit more clarity and energy. So it's not a judgment. Just notice how you feel. And then when you feel ready, when you come to your next inhale, you're going to take the arms up and overhead, stretch the whole body out long. And we're going to exhale and pull the right knee into the chest. Give it a good squeeze in. Now, if you're feeling pretty tight, just keep your left foot on the mat. We're going to do a lot with the hips and hip flexors because probably most of us have been sitting a lot more this past week than we've done for a while. And our hip flexors probably need a lot of love. So we're going to go ahead and release that. Inhale, stretch it all back out. Exhale, and let's take the other side. Pull it in. Again, you can bring your right foot on the mat if you feel tight. And we just want to relax. We want to relax the hip. And we'll release that on the inhale, reach the arms up. Again, we're going to pull the right knee in. If you want a little bit more out of it, curl your head and your chest up. Release on your inhale, reach it all up, stretch it out. Exhale, left knee pulls in. If you want, curl your head up. If you don't feel comfortable with that, you're just going to keep your head down. Releasing on the inhale, reach the arms up. And we're going to exhale both knees into the chest. So rock it out a little side to side, massage out your lower back. And then we're going to bring the feet down onto the mat. So we'll take a figure 4, crossing the right ankle over the left knee. So make sure your right foot stays flexed. If you're feeling pretty tight, this might feel perfect where you want to be. If you want to take that one more step, you bring the left knee up towards the chest. You take one more step, right arm reaches through and the hands go behind the left thigh. So the goal is not to bring the hands behind the thigh. The goal is just to open up your hip. You just want to stretch out the hip. So whatever way feels best to you. Still keeping your breath moving smooth and deep. You can incorporate ujjayi breath. So ujjayi breath is where you're using your throat muscles, like if you were to fog up a mirror, but everything's done through the nose. And then if you do have your left leg lifted up, go ahead, bring the foot down. You're staying exactly as you are in your figure 4 position. Let your legs fall to the left. Land on the sole of your right foot. Extend your right arm out. Let that go over your shoulder. And relax. Relax into your back. Notice what you're feeling. Relax through your right shoulder. Let the arm feel heavy. Even relaxing into your neck, so letting your right ear drop a little bit deeper in towards the mat. And we'll inhale to come back up, releasing the right leg. So if your back shifted a little bit, get it into neutral, and we'll take figure 4 on the other side. Or keep your foot flexed. Again, staying here with your right foot down, or bring the leg up, or take the hands behind the right thigh. Up to you, what feels best for you. Just listen to your back, listen to your hip, feel the stretch, enjoy it, tune into it. Take another couple breaths here. And if your right leg is lifted up, go ahead, bring the foot down. Again, you're just going to stay in this figure four, drop to the right, land on the sole of your right foot. Extend the left arm out. You're going to turn to look back over your shoulder, relaxing through your lower back. Let your left shoulder feel heavy into the mat. Relax into your neck so your left ear drops into the mat. Take another couple breaths. And then with your inhale, you're going to come back up. We'll release the foot. Again, you're going to adjust your back because it probably shifted a little bit. We'll come into bridge. Bring the arms alongside the body. Roll the shoulders down the back. We'll lift the hips up. So this is one of those poses if you have a block with you and you'd rather do a supported bridge, put the block underneath your lower back. Let the front of your body expand as you inhale. Feel grounded into the feet as you exhale. And with our next exhale, we're going to lower it back down. Draw the knees up. Give them a good squeeze into the chest. Rock it out a little side to side. And then we'll take a nice big twist. Arms out to a T. Exhale, drop your knees over to your left side. Turn your head to the right. Let your legs feel heavy as they drop to the left. Let your right arm and shoulder feel heavy as you're just dropping your right ear towards the mat. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, drop to the right. Turning the head to the left. Again, you're going to just let the body feel very heavy here. And we'll inhale to come back up. Give a good squeeze of the knees in. We'll throw in a happy baby. So whether you want the soles of feet together, your knees out wide, if you take it that route, you're going to pull the feet towards you, or the soles of feet are to the ceiling. Whatever you want to do here, rock it out side to side, stretch out the legs if you want, kind of playing around. Find your way. And then we'll pull the knees back in. We're going to come up onto our hands and knees. So however you want to get there. Coming into a tabletop. And we'll stack the shoulders and the wrists, and we'll stack the knees underneath the hips. Spread out your fingers wide. So we want really wide hands. Reveal the foundation in the palm of the hand. Use your fingers. And we'll start to move through cow and cats. When you're ready on your inhale, let the belly drop. Lift the crown of the head, the tailbone. Exhale, curl the tailbone under, draw the chin in towards your chest into cat. Moving at your pace. And letting the breath really move the movement. Making sure you're taking, as you're inhaling, the belly's dropping. As you begin the exhale, you're curling under. So it's not that you're going to inhale and you're not going to drop the belly and then inhale. It's the other way around. Inhale, drop. Exhale, curl. Take one more round. And we'll come to neutral. So work a little bit for the shoulders. We'll add thread the needle. So we'll take the left arm on the inhale, sweep it away from you, reach it up to the ceiling. Exhale, take it underneath your right arm. You're going to lower all the way down until your head drops and you're down on your left shoulder. As you're in this position, you can extend your right arm all the way to the top of the mat. If you want more opening into the chest, take your right arm to the ceiling or maybe even the arm around the back. If you feel a little bit more playful, take your right leg back. Stay on the ball of the foot or lift it up. It is your practice. Choose what feels best to you. We'll stay here about another 2 breaths. So release it. Right hand comes underneath the shoulder. Push yourself up as you inhale, taking the left arm, sweep it back up. Exhale. Return to your tabletop. So take the other side. Right arm sweeps out and up. Exhale. Pull it through. Leave it all the way through and under. I'm just going to turn around here. And you're dropping down onto your right side. Again, you can choose to walk your left hand to the top, left arm to the ceiling, left arm around the back, left leg extends, left leg can lift up. It's whatever you feel comfortable with. Just dropping through, getting that stretch through your right upper back. Bring yourselves back up. Left hand comes under the shoulder with an inhale. Push your way up. Send the right arm back up to the ceiling and return to your tabletop. So we'll take another inhale into cow and an exhale into cat. We'll come into neutral and we'll move into spinal balance. We'll take the left leg back, keeping the foot flex, send your right arm forward. So as we're pushing back through the left heel, we want to roll the outer hip down. So it's easy to kind of lift up and you kind of turn your hip out a little bit. Makes it a little bit easier, but it takes away from what we're trying to do. So we want to lower the hip. You want to feel a bit in your glute. You want to make your hip flexor of your left leg work a little bit more. Keep the belly towards your spine. Lengthen the tailbone from the crown of the head. Excuse me. Take one more inhale and exhale to release. Let's take that to the other side. Right leg back, left arm forward, flex your right foot. Again, you want to roll the outer hip down. So if it feels like you're kind of rolling that out a little bit, roll it down. Keep the belly towards your spine, lengthening the tailbone from the crown of the head. Still maintaining that fluid breath. One more inhale. Exhale to release. So we'll drop it back into child's pose. Walk the hands up. Let the head rest. Let your back stretch. A couple more breaths here. And to always know, you come into this pose whenever you need to take a break. You could take as long as you want in this. Child's pose is a great pose. So feel free. It's your practice. You're at home. You're not in a classroom setting. No one can see what you're doing. I can't even see what you're doing. So if you feel like, hey, I'm just going to stay in child's pose for the next 20 minutes or so. Okay, that's awesome. Do what you got to do. So from child's pose, when you're ready, you're going to come back up into tabletop. So I said we're going to work a bit with hip flexors. So we're going to take the left leg back again, and you'll bend the knee. You're going to keep the foot flexed, sole the foot to the ceiling. With an inhale, push the leg up, lift your chest like you're going into cow. As you exhale, point your toes, pull your knee in towards your nose as you round the back into cat. Inhale, lift up into cow. Exhale, curl into cat. And we'll take 3 more. And when you finish this last one, you're just going to release it. We'll take the other side. Right leg goes back, bend the knee, keep the foot flexed. Inhale, push up, lift the chest. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, push up. Exhale, knee to nose. 3 more times. And after the last one, you'll release it, and you're going to drop it back into child's pose again. And just relax. Relax into your back. Pressure's off the wrist. Pressure's off your shoulders. And then we'll do just a nice, easy back bend for the lower back. We're going to come into Sphinx. So we'll start with an inhale to come up from our child's pose. Lower down onto your forearms. If you want to work a little core, you can take a forearm plank for a few breaths. It's up to you. If you say, nope, not for me, you're going to go right into Sphinx. So Sphinx is where on the belly, you're on the tops of your feet. Your elbows are right underneath your shoulders. Roll the shoulders back. You can really engage in Sphinx if you want. You could push into the bottom, the tops of your feet. So you're pushing into your mat. You can pull the belly in towards the spine, and you can feel that the lower belly lifts a little bit more off the mat. If you want to take it more in a yin way, you would completely relax. Relax your glutes, relax your legs. The belly drops a little bit deeper. So do the one that feels better to you. Take one more inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to release, and we'll push it back into child's pose one more time. And just take a few breaths. So at any time in the practice, even since I don't know how I'm projecting to you, but now I could see comments. So if you need to make a comment, you have a question or anything, just I don't want to disrupt your practice, but if you need to ask something, please just ask me a question. I'll see it in the comments now that I see them all there, and I can certainly answer your question while teaching. So we'll start to come into downward facing dog. And extending the arms as we lift up and we touch the toes. Slowly push up. Just push up and push it back. Think of stretching out your upper body, and then you can start to stretch out the lower body. So maybe start to pedal out the heels. Maybe shifting the hips a little side to side. You want to stretch out more, not necessarily cueing a three-legged dog, but if you do want to stretch out more, you can take one leg back at a time. Just kind of stretch that out. And then we'll begin to walk the feet forward, coming into forward fold at the top of the mat. When you're set, hands to the shins, inhale, flatten out your back. Exhale, pull down. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, arms to your sides. Just adjust this a little bit. There we go. So we're going to inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, release and reach back. Clasp your hands, open up through the chest. Exhale, the arms forward, clasp your hands, push your palms away. Roll the shoulder blades down your back. Inhale, push straight up. Bring your palms together, steeple the index fingers. Take an inhale. Exhale to your right. I have no idea if this is mirroring you or not. Inhale, come up, and exhale to your left. Inhale, come up, and exhale to release. So at the top of the mat, we'll take another big inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Bring the hands on your shins, flatten the back. Exhale, fold in. We're going to step our left leg back and bring the knee down onto the mat. So let me adjust the screen again so you can see what I'm doing. So we got the knee down. The knees as far back as we can get comfortably because we are targeting the hip flexor. So if I were to face this way, that would be better. Right? So we're targeting this hip flexor. So the more we can get the hip to shift, the more we're going to stretch that out. So opening up to the right hip, you're going to take your right hand to the inside of your right foot. So let me switch this out again. And you'll be able to see this better. So you'd be inside. Right? So you're back. And now you're stretching out the hip as well. If you're comfortable to lower down, you can lower down. It's a matter of preference and what feels good. And if you're lower down, you're going to make your way up. We'll switch out the left hand, left foot, or the right hand, right foot. We're going to push the hips back. Excuse me. So stretching out through the hamstring. and we'll come forward, release it, and then we'll switch it out. Left foot will come forward, right leg is back. We want to target this right hip flexor. So, if you're really tight and this is where you're at, hey, that's perfect. That's what works for you. You got to go with your body. I'm just moving along and telling you what to do. And then we'll switch out the left hand and the left foot. So you want to make sure your left hand's on the inside. Lower down onto your forearms if you want. And it's just a preference. Some people love it. Some people are in excruciating pain, so they don't love it. You don't want excruciating pain. Feel good. So if you're on your forearms, you're going to switch it out. You'll come up, switch out the left hand, left foot, push your hips back, and just getting a little stretch through the hamstring. That's all we're doing here. And we'll shift it forward. We're going to push back into down dog. So I'm not cueing vinyasas, as I think most of you know what they are, but I'm not going to make the assumption that you want to do them. If you do, this is a great opportunity. If you don't, stay in down dog or go to child's pose. And I always tell my students, if you don't know what I'm talking about, this is no big deal. You're not missing anything. Really. Not really a big fan of them. So from our down dog, we're going to walk the feet forward. And we're going to forward fold. Bring the hands on the shins, flatten the back. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And we're exhaling to mountain pose. So we'll move through a little standing sequence. From mountain, we're going to inhale into chair. So when you're ready on your inhale, drop the hips and reach the arms. Inhale, circle, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hinge forward as you swan dive it over. Forward fold, hands onto your shins. Inhale, flatten the back. Exhale, fold in, left leg steps back. Warrior one, we'll bring the heel down. And inhale the arms up. Again, you're targeting the hip flexor. So we want the left hip to come forward. Right hip automatically starts to shift back as you do that. Stay grounded to the other edge of your foot, your left foot. Shoulders are relaxed. And we're going to exhale this into warrior two. We'll keep the right knee tracked towards the pinky toe side of the foot. Knee is over the ankle. I'm going to adjust my screen for a minute. Just stay as you are. I'm going to flip up the right palm. Inhale, take the right arm to the ceiling. Reverse your warrior. Opening up through the right side. Think of this of your hip to your armpit. Take one more inhale. Exhale, hands down. Back onto your mat. Spin onto the ball of your left foot. We're going to add a twist. Left hand will stay down. Right arm goes up. You can drop the left knee. That might make your twist feel a little bit more comfortable. And we'll exhale to release. We're going to look forward. Inhale. Step the left leg up. Hands to shins. Exhale, pull down. Inhale. Hands up. And exhale. Your mountain pose. So I'm going to switch the other side. You stay as you are. Inhale into chair. Inhale, circle, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, moving forward. Bring the hands to your shins, flatten out the back. Exhale, fold down. Right leg steps back as the heel comes down. We're going to inhale into warrior one. You want to get the sole of your foot flat to the mat. Better angle again. And now the right hip's shifting forward. Left hip starts to go back. Shoulders stay relaxed. If we're getting into the bigger postures, it's always good to still really tuning into your breathing. So that's where the breath gets a little bit more shallow. We start doing bigger work, bigger muscle groups have to work. You want to keep that breath smooth. Sorry, want to keep the breath flowing smoothly. Exhale into warrior two. Shoulders stay relaxed. You start to hunch up, roll them down. Think again, your left knee is more towards the pinky toe side. So if you're kind of in with your knee, make sure it's going out and it's right over the ankle. You're still grounding to the outer edge of your right foot. Flip the left palm, inhale, reverse your warrior. Feel that stretch from hip to armpit. Still dropping into the lunge. On the exhale, hands come down. Here we go, into the twist. Spin onto the ball of your right foot. Drop the knee if you'd like. Left arm goes up. It doesn't matter if your right knee is up or your right knee is down. You're just twisting. Exhale, release. Look forward, inhale, step up. Lengthen out the spine. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, to your mountain pose. So just stay as you are. I'm just going to switch my side. And another little sequence. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Come halfway up, flatten out your back. Exhale, fold. Step your left leg back. Heel comes down. We're going to go up into warrior two. Arms are extended across the mat. We're going to take our warrior two into triangle. Straighten out the right leg. And inhale, reach out. Exhale, releasing the right hand down. Left arm to the ceiling. With a hand to the hip around the back. So if you do have blocks, you can use the block underneath your right hand. So there's a lot on the left hip flexor in triangle, the back leg hip flexor. So as you're rolling open, think of spinning the side. Open that up through the hip flexor. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands to the mat. Here comes our twist. The ball of the left foot, left hand stays down, right arm goes up. Drop the left knee if you need to. Exhale, release, look forward, inhale, step up. Lengthen out your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, mountain. All right, so we'll take the other side. Inhale, reach up. I'm just going to switch my side. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Right leg steps back. Warrior two. Relax. Your alignment and keeping the knee towards the pinky toe side of the foot. We'll move this into triangle. Straighten out the left leg. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale as you release down. Again, the right arm's to the ceiling or to the hip or around the back. It's a matter of your shoulder. Using the block if you are using one underneath the left hand. And now think of your right hip flexor. So we're going to spin the whole right side. And as you're spinning that open, it's not just the torso, it comes from the hip flexor. Open that up to the hip. And we'll inhale to rise back up. Exhale, bend the knee, warrior two. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands to the mat. Here comes the twist. Spin the ball of the right foot. Left arm goes up. Exhale, release. Look forward, inhale, step up. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold in. And inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, mountain pose. We'll make our way back down. Inhale, sweep it back up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, walk your way back into your downward facing dog. So here comes that optional vinyasa. Take it if you want it. Stay in down dog or drop to child's pose. So if you are curious about the vinyasa, I'm pretty sure you all know what it is, but and pull forward, exhale, elbows in, inhale, chest lifts, and exhale. So vinyasas, I'm just going to say while you're in your down dog, vinyasas can be done on, it's modified on the knees. It's actually, if you feel like you collapse when you do a vinyasa, do them on your knees. So we'll take a couple more breaths here in down dog. And we're going to go ahead and release to child's pose. Either keeping the arms extended overhead or let the arms slide alongside the body and the head drops. Again, if you're using a block, you can place that underneath your head. You can stack the arms and rest your head. It's the connection of where your forehead, or think of your third eye. Just let that drop into whatever it is connecting to. Stay here for a few more breaths. And you'll slowly start to bring yourself up, and we'll come to seated. And we'll extend the legs. I'm going to face you. And I'm very confused on the mirroring with the FaceTime. So it doesn't matter what you start with, you're just going to switch it out either way. All right, so we're going to start with head to knee. We'll keep the left leg extended and bring the right foot in. Take an inhale, reach the arms up, and exhale. Hold it in, letting your head bow to your knee. And relax. So if you feel really tight in your hamstrings, or you feel tight in your back, just put a bend. Bring the knee to you. Think of it that way. Instead of feeling like you have to push yourself down, just draw your knee up just a little bit. That makes a big difference. And we'll look forward as we inhale, we'll walk our way up. We're just going to switch that out. So that's another one if you do have a block, especially if you have a hip issue. Excuse me, place it underneath the block, underneath the leg that's open, or knee issue as well. So our extended leg, we're going to keep the foot flexed, inhale the arms up, exhale, we'll bow it forward. And again, maybe instead of thinking you have to do this with the straight leg and create a lot of tension and discomfort in your back and your hamstring, you just bend the knee. So forward folds are to have a calming effect. So we really want to relax into them. And you're breathing more into the back of your body. You want to feel your lower back and your middle back. Feel that expansion even into the upper back a little bit. So as you're exhaling, it's the front of the body that drops and releases. And we'll inhale to come up and exhale to release that. So we're going to move this into bound angle. Soles of the feet are together. So the closer you have your feet in towards you, of course, depends on it really depends on how you're built, right? You can be practicing this for years and the knees just never go down. It's just the way you're built. So what's most important is that you're comfortable. You're comfortable in your hips, you're comfortable in your lower back. So if you need to take your feet farther from you, take them farther. If you need to bring them in, bring them in. We'll take an inhale as we sit up tall. We'll lift up through the heart, roll the shoulders back, want to settle into the sit bones. And then as we exhale, we're going to hinge forward. So as we're hinging forward, you're hinging from your hips so the lower back stays long. If you come forward and you end up just doing a lot of this, maybe just sit up and pull your chest forward so you don't go very far. And that's okay. You want to just relax, let the hips open up. We want to stretch out the lower back. And we'll inhale. Come back up. So pull the knees up. We're going to come back onto our backs. Start to wind things down a little bit. So come back onto the back. You'll pull the knees into the chest. A good squeeze in. Rock it out side to side. We're going to throw in our happy baby again. So it doesn't matter if it's the soles of feet together, just like you just did. It's very similar to bound angle. The soles of feet or the ceiling. Rock it out if that feels good on your back. And we'll pull the knees back in. So we're going to keep the right knee in the chest, left foot's going to release to the mat, and then slowly stretch the leg out. Relax your right hip. So feel really relaxed through your right side, but you're very engaged into your left side. So flexing the foot strongly, pushing out through the heel. Stay here if you wish, or take an inhale, curl up. And if you're curled up, exhale, release it down. We're going to add a twist here. Take the right arm out. Left hand's going to guide the right knee over as you exhale. Drop over to your twist. Turn the head to look over the shoulder. And relax. So again, you're really letting the weight of the body and gravity do the work. You don't have to work very hard at this at all. So relax through your right, letting the weight of your right leg drop and letting the weight of your right arm drop. If you feel any weirdness in your right knee, you can take your right foot and tuck it behind your left knee. Sometimes that takes away a little bit of tweak that can happen. And we'll inhale to come back up. Bringing both feet onto the mat. Again, your back probably shifted. So get it back to neutral. Take the left knee into the chest. Slowly straighten out your right leg and push out through your right heel. So again, you're feeling really strong and active and engaged in the right side, but you're relaxing into the left. You almost feel too like your left hip is off of your right hip, so it's kind of rising up a little bit. So stay here if you like, or take your inhale, curl the head and chest up. If you're curled up, go ahead with your exhale, bring it back down. We'll add our twist. Take an inhale first, extending the left arm out. Exhale, guiding your left leg over to your twist. Turn your head to look over your left shoulder. And you're relaxing. Let the weight of your body help you. Don't force it. You have that option if you want to tuck your foot behind your right knee. I usually find that helps my knee, because sometimes my knee just feels a little tweaked when the leg just drops like that. And we'll inhale to come back up. So place both feet back onto the mat. Adjust your back. Taking one more bridge, or one last time in bridge. Arms to our sides. Again, you can opt to do a supported bridge if you have a block with you and you prefer that. When you're ready, on your inhale, you lift the hips up. So we want to make sure that the feet are about a hip width distance apart to start. You should feel that stability of your knees and your ankles as you're pushing up. It's your hip flexors that do a lot of work here. So we can open up a bit more in the front of the body. We can turn the palms up. Take the arms up, all the way overhead, out to the side, clasped underneath the body. If you're taking that route, you got to roll the arms underneath. So you're getting really more onto your arms and not your shoulders. If your back feels a little stuck, sometimes it feels like there's just like a little something stuck in the sacrum. You can walk your feet out, heel toe out once or twice. You can try lifting up your heels It usually opens up that space. We'll take about 2 more breaths. And we'll exhale to slowly, with control, lower down. Once you're down, pull your knees up one more time. Rock it out side to side. We're going to start to prepare for Shavasana. So if you find that you bring your feet on the mat and you find that there's something you need to do, maybe it's another twist, maybe it's kind of shifting around, listen to your body. Do what you feel you need to do so you feel relaxed. When you're ready, we'll take just a few minutes in Shavasana. So you can choose to keep your feet on the mat and let your knees fall together. Of course, traditionally extend the legs and the arms alongside the body. So when you're ready for your Shavasana, you're going to let the body just lay still. Adjust in any parts of the body that feel they need to be adjusted. The advantage of a home practice is you learn to self-adjust. So when you're here, just take a couple minutes, just really quiet. Just relax and release. Let your breath slow down. Stay deep, but you're not working through your Ujjayi breath. Stay as you are, just relaxing. You can do a little guided relaxation. You can start at the crown of your head. And you just let everything, you want to feel every muscle relax as you work your way down into your forehead, your cheeks, your jaw, your throat, your shoulders. The arms will feel heavy. Your belly softens. Your pelvis releases and feels heavy. Your hands are relaxed. Your fingers are relaxed. Your legs feel heavier as you release the muscles. And even relaxing into your ankles, your feet, and your toes. We'll take about another minute. Start to deepen your breath. And you'll wiggle out your fingers and you'll wiggle out your toes. When you feel ready, take a big inhale, reach your arms all the way up and overhead, stretch it all out like you just woke up from a long nap or a good night's sleep. Exhale, pull your knees back in. Rock it out a little side to side. And then however it's comfortable for you, make your way up and find a comfortable seat. Hope you're all still with me because it's very strange because I can't see anyone. So you'll settle your sit bones down, lift it to the heart, roll the shoulders back. And in closing our practice, we'll sweep the arms up when you're ready. Hands come to the heart. And I hope you're all still with me. And I want to thank you all so much for being here with me and sharing your practice with me. I know I went a little bit over 45 minutes, but I started kind of late. And yeah, thanks. And I love you guys. Namaste. So I would love any feedback, whatever feedback you want to give me. Um, if this seems like it's like this works out really well, I'd be love to do this Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at noon. So yeah, I guess that's it. Let me know what you think, and see you guys on the mat.